Hey, good morning. I'm so used to, my bride had to borrow the camera yesterday. I'm so used to looking over there. It's up here on the screen. Hey, good morning, Misfits. It is June 12th. It is the 12th, right? Yep. Episode 477. It's open Q&A day. I want to get to your questions, have some conversations. We've got the secret sauce up and running, and there's a code that goes along with it. So I'll tell you all about that in just a moment. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're doing amazing for this Friday morning. Go ahead and send out your messages of joy, of gratitude. It's a fun time. Lots of fun things happening. So as we get started with all of the opportunity for growth and success and fun and joy, RBP, if you're available to give us just a quick good morning blessing. Well,
yeah, I'll do that. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Heavenly Father, thank you for waking us up. Thank you for opportunity this morning to breathe and to roll over and see our loved ones and see our homes, to know that we're alive. Help us to remain present. Thank you for your protection through the evening and through the night and through the morning for some people already. Thank you for this place of unity. Help us to hold close to you, whether it's walking through the valley or standing on the mountaintop. Help us to be present now and to see around us what it is you've placed around us, your wildlife, your earth, your people, your blessings. Help us to fully identify that and walk into those blessings with gratitude in our hearts. Help us to remain in joy and in love and to spread that to one another. And thank you for this moment today. Help us to glorify you and let your light shine. We see all this in the precious name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, RBP. So good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. Let's, if you've got questions, let's just dive right into them. Because I want to be of value and of service to you. It's Fridays. Fridays used to be Q&A day. So yeah, we'll have some conversations. And if you're new to the call, drop an N in the chat so that we can welcome you and say, hey, great to have you here. Appreciate you. And we can welcome you to this misfit community. Let's see here. Who's got their hand up? Mosheh's got his hand up. Good morning, Mosheh.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How you doing today?
Outstanding, brother.
Amazing. I wanted to come on here. I have a question, but I wanted to let you know that I started morning meditation, like a live IG morning meditation.
Oh, cool.
And it's been an amazing experience, and I want to thank you for it, because it's something I was thinking for a while of doing, and I just started it. Like I just started doing it, and
Right.
A lot of people have been responding to it. And so I'm doing it like 6 a.m. Monday through Friday, and midnight Monday through Friday. So if you want to join anytime, feel free. It's amazing.
It's just on your regular IG page.
Yes, but it'll turn into a Zoom. I'm working on creating the email list like you suggested, because it's important.
It's valuable, and it's valuable to you and to them.
Yes, because what's happened, and it's happened 2 times in a row already, where I'm recording the live and it cuts out and the video's gone. So, you know, it's for people to be able to go and rewatch them is amazing. And actually I have some people on here that have never been on your call, and they're part of that meditation.
Well, welcome, Misfits.
My question for you is, what's something that you've done when like all your manifestations are like coming to you all at once? What's something that you've done to kind of organize yourself and and set certain systems in place to help regulate those manifestations right away.
So water takes the path of,
Least resistance.
yeah, I ask for bigger. If I have a whole bunch of stuff coming to me, it's because I asked too small.
Well, okay. See, I was thinking about it that way too, because I feel like I can still do more, right?
You just happen to be coalescing. And when you coalesce and when you co-reside with your dreams, that's awesome. And you can let it flow in and you can organize it and you can be in bewilderment and you can be in wonder, which is awesome. And it's true, you should be, because you manifested it. If there's multitudes of them showing up, it's a timing thing, right? And the key is to always ask, right? Is all of this organized or is it to disorganize?
Yeah, and so far it is organized. It's just like falling perfectly with everything that I have aligned.
Yep. And
It's
then
almost,
and always just in your meditation. So you just started with the meditations, but the thought of it, that's probably where some of it's been showing up from or been able to come through because of the quietness.
yeah, I mean, ever since my mother passed away almost 2 years ago, I started meditating, and it changed my life. And so that's why I really wanted to start this, because there's a lot of people who say, how do I meditate? And honestly, the way that I started was I just sat in what I call now the sacred silence, right? I gave it that name because what I learned through her passing is that, I leaned into her way too much. So I learned to lean on me and the creator more than anything. And I wanted to give that gift to the world. And that's why I thank you so much, because you helped me uncover that, like not have to worry about everything being perfect and just doing it.
Done is the new perfect.
Yeah. So I thank you so much for that.
My privilege. Let's go to Delia. Good morning, Delia in Miami. I was running getting a coffee and my toast. And Delia will be back. Let's go to Latoya in Atlanta.
I'm here.
Oh, there's Delia. Hang on, Latoya. Good morning, Delia.
I thought I had unmuted the microphone. I apologize.
No, you're good.
I said good morning to everyone and good morning to you.
Yes.
My meditation took a different style this morning. I always say it could be done in different ways. Yesterday I was dancing and writing on the wall while I listened to Dispensa. Today I opened my new book. If everybody can see it here.
Our buddies.
I glanced through the chapters, and the one that caught my attention was page 114. And I'm going to tell you why I want to bring this up before I ask my question. It's funny how everything aligns when we are on purpose. Okay, we're talking about 6 strategies to know ourselves better. Mm-hmm. And Chan, you gave us 6 pointers for the secrets of our own success.
Right.
Or our secret sauce. And then I opened my book on Nurture Your Relationships. And what I want to share is, isn't it true that how we see ourselves is the way that everybody else is seeing us? It's like we hear this, but it didn't click until I journal this morning. I had 1, 2, 3 pages of names of people that I've met throughout my life. And I was trying to find out who is Delia? What is her secret sauce? And as I went through every single human being, because I asked two people, I said, tell me one good thing about me and tell me one bad thing. And it was very hard for them to come up with anything. So I said, okay, no answer is an answer. And I put in my thought intensity. So one of my loved ones says, well, wait a minute. You heard that in the past for so and it has impacted you. And I said, well, let me be very honest here. I've heard this from more than one person, one in business and 3 or 4 relatives, if no more. So as I went through my list without trying to imprint the intensity that I am, I went through every person and I saw my good deeds, but I also saw where the relationships, for no reason to my understanding yet, had either stopped or taken a different angle, if I can say that. So the way that I see myself is the way that I give meaning to everyone that I meet. Is that true or false?
There's a whole lot in that last 2 minutes. One, yes, how others see you is how you see yourself. And the reason that people fall in love with us is because they see us greater than we see ourselves. And that's true with just about every relationship I have, is they see me better than I see myself. And the reason they do that is because they don't have me running through their head at 70,000 thoughts a day saying how not good I am. I would encourage you, the next time you ask the people to tell you something, to describe you, I wouldn't ask them to describe you negative, because the reason that you don't get an answer is because if they answer positive, they know they have to answer the negative as well. I would avoid the negative.
Okay.
So if I were to ask you, Delia, say something nice about me, and then Delia, say something you don't like about me. That's a harder conversation to have. So rather than just to say, I can only give you one answer, they choose to give you no answer.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's go from Miami to Atlanta. Good morning, LaToya.
Well, good morning, Sean. How you doing, everyone?
I'm doing amazing. I think everybody else is doing incredible as well.
Sean, I feel like elevated, like a transforming process has happened.
Okay.
I don't know. It's like, no, I do know. Because lately I had an astral projection a few days ago.
Okay.
And ever since then, I don't know. It's like I'm operating the law of least effort now.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that movie, The Matrix. When they came to the end, when Neo started running from the agents, and they got him, and they fired at him, and he got him. Like, no, and he was operating the law of least effort. It's like that moment, because I was in Florida for the burial of my brother. My father had his body flown in from California to Florida and had him buried at the family cemetery. But it just, I don't know. It's like some kind of transformation process has happened ever since my astral projection, and then also with the meditation. It's one I ended up listening to. I guess it was just by design, but it was a transcending meditation. I don't know if you guys heard of it, but like since I listened to that, it's like, whoa. So it's like I'm operating law of least effort now, and it feels like a smooth process. Because when you understand, when you could create your own reality, it's like I get it now. It's like that finger snap. So it's I don't know. So Sean, I need you. I need your guidance on this part.
Okay.
Yes. Go
So
ahead.
things are in flow.
Okay.
And are you feeling resistance?
No.
So is that okay?
Yes.
Didn't ask if it was comfortable. I just asked if it was.
Oh, I got you.
You heard me say, is it comfortable? But no, is it okay?
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
So the have you ever been in a boat?
Yes, I have.
And there's a couple of things when you're in a boat, when you go for your captain's license, they talk about, do you understand speed over the water and speed over the ground?
Okay.
So if I'm in the Mississippi River and I'm going upstream and the river is at, say, it would be crazy if it was this fast, but just for math, if the river is flowing out to the sea 10 knots and I'm going against it, my boat has to go I got to have the propeller spinning at 10 knots to just stay even. Does
Wow.
that make sense?
Yes.
So the river's flowing underneath me at 10 knots. I have to be going 10 knots just to maintain over the ground speed at 0 knots. And in order to move 1 knot over the ground up the river, I got to be going 1 knot.
Okay.
When I turn around with that same energy and same effort, still at 1 knot, how fast am I going over the ground now? Going downstream? 11 knots.
Yes.
I've got the river flowing me plus my 1 knot of energy. Which is better? Which is more efficient for the vessel? Going upstream at 1 knot or doing 11 knots, 1 knot over the ground, barely moving forward, or just rotating the boat 180 degrees, still 1 knot, and I go from 1 knot forward to 11 knots over the ground. And that's where you're at. You're like, wait a minute, nothing was moving this fast before. Now everything seems to be flying by, and I'm not doing anything.
Yes. Yeah. Because I'm reading Power of Awareness.
Mm-hmm.
And which is a great book. I've been reading it for the past couple of months just consistently. And it's, I guess when it's finally like that finger snap, it's like, I get it.
And it's the thing. And it was always within gettable reach.
Right.
Right. And all of a sudden there was a filter you took off. There was a glasses you took off. There was a something you took off. There was a costume you took off, a mask you removed. And all of a sudden you had full awareness in the moment. And you're like, and it didn't have to come rushing at you, did it? It was there.
Right. Right. It's, yeah, I feel it. It's like, yeah. You know, so I feel like it's a transformation process. So I find myself, that's what I do, Sean. When I wake up in the morning, I do share my gratitude, you know, of 5, 10 things I'm grateful for. Then I go outside and I say I am grateful for the nature, for the sounds of nature that is speaking to me. And I just hear the birds and I just takes it in, you know, it's just beautiful. And that I created this very present moment. And then it just, even a wind blows just even more at the least effort, you know, it just blows, you know, it doesn't take anything, it just blows. But but just the feeling of it, it's like, yes, you know, like a hands open moment. Like it's not weird, but it's like a
Well, it is. It is because it no longer is. Right? 2 weeks ago, it would have been weird. Now it's not weird, and that's the weird part.
Yeah.
Don, can I add something?
Sure.
So, Lotoya, you just like spoke volumes there about the hands open. Because when I'm meditating, something that Sean taught a few weeks ago is turning your palms facing up. And that's something that I've done for the past 2 years. So
Awesome.
it really truly works when you face your palms all the way up, and you're
Mm-hmm.
like, you can feel even the energy, and even your like blood flow and everything through the fingers of your the tips of your fingers, right?
Yes.
And so one of the things that I've been doing during the meditation is I tell everybody to hug themselves, right?
Oh,
Hug,
wow.
hug themselves, and to put it around their chest and go down to their stomach, down to their legs, all the way down. So like you're also showing yourself physically that self-love. So that may help too with what you're feeling right now.
That's awesome. And you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that because I meditate with my hands open, and I've been doing that. And I take 10 breaths, and then
Yep,
I don't listen to guided meditation. So I just listen to the frequency music
that's
because
so amazing.
yeah, I do the deep breaths, and that way that energy just flows. And it be, oh my gosh, it's like amazing. But now it's like the transformation has like the finger snap, like boom. And I guess because my brother, that was a hit. Well, it was a
Yes,
hit for me, but at the same sense, it's different because I don't still have to work for anyone and to make myself to be, you know, feeling complete when I really just want to cry, but it's
yes, man.
different because I create my own life, my own world, I traded this, and I stepped outside the comfort zone. So now it's like, wow, maybe it's just not that bad. Like I was listening to which is your command. He said,
Mhm.
maybe it's just not that bad. And the
Yes,
grievance, yes, I cried and things of that nature, but then that was just having a human experience. But now it was like, Toya, it's not that bad. You can still communicate with him. He's
yes,
just not here in the physical. It's not that bad. It is okay to smile that he has, you know, transferred his energy back into the spiritual realm. It's not that bad. You can still hug him. You can
hmm,
still feel the presence. So it was like, wow.
Of
Okay.
all of the time your brother spent on this planet and all of the time that you've spent on this planet, you you were away from him more than you were with him.
Right. Right.
And you didn't love him any less when you were away from him. You just now realize that he doesn't ever have to be away from you again.
Right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Listen,
Sean, and I'm gonna come to you so we could do a whole week series of meditation with you.
let's do it.
Moshe
I'm
is the
gonna
man.
I'm gonna come to
Love
Texas and we're gonna do the Daily Awakening meditation series because
Awesome. I'm up for it. And if anybody needs some relaxing views to see live, you can check out Evelyn's phone when she turns her camera around and shows the. Well, that's a beautiful thing. That's relaxing as well, just to see her, but to see the ocean like that. So, and the beautiful sun like that. So here's the question: that ocean, that sand, that water, has it not been through us already? Have we not breathed it in? Has it not been a perspiration? Has it not been something we ingested? Has it not flown? What was the sand before it was sand? Could you imagine the shells that it was and the fish that it was and all of the things that sand was, the rocks that it was, how ancient the rocks are, and all of a sudden now that sand shows up, and it shows up in its state of sand, and we like it. But if it was in its original form of its most abruptness, it was rocks, it was lava, it was a variety of things, it was fish, it was stones. And because it transformed and showed up in a place that's convenient and comfortable for us, we like it. But if we look at it for what it was, we may not have been able to sit on it. It was the jetties, it was the rocks. And now all of a sudden it's comfortable. Some of us are the jetties in our life. Some of us are the rocks in our life. And we're beating that down. We're transitioning it in to something that's more comfortable to sit in. You like hiking? There's people who love to sit on huge boulders and dangle their feet off the side of huge boulders. into the abyss, and that brings them joy. Everything is everything. The state of everything is the state of everything. It's not that bad. It's not that good. It's how we choose to look at it in the moment and realize, what do we have control over? What do we not have control over? Epictetus says. And then we decide, is it worth our time? And when we decide what's worth our time will not be worthless anymore. We become timeless when we can sit in the breath of this moment and be in joy. When you can sit in the breath with a prospect across the table from you and be in joy and allow them to flow into you. There's a good chance, unless there's a guy walking by in a suit, that most everybody who passes in front of Evelyn right now would be in a state of joy. They made a choice to walk out to the beach. They made a choice to walk out to the water. You can hear the calmness of just that little break, and it's relaxing. Everything is in movement. We become the most unenjoyable human beings when we're not in motion. When we avoid movement, we hurt. And that's in all senses. That's in all areas. If we avoid movement, we become stagnant. And movement doesn't mean you got to go 900 miles an hour. Some of us love the sound of the ocean just the way it is right now. That is not a fierce ocean. We don't have to do our business in fierceness. We have to do it in such a way that we can let people wade into us. The ocean didn't send an email out to Evelyn going, good morning, Evelyn. You should be here. It didn't say that. The ocean was always there. Your ocean of peace, of calm is always there. Your brother is always there. Your meditation is always there. The reason Mosheh could step into the meditation is not because he decided, I want meditation, and meditation went, oh, let's get our button gear and get over there. Everything you want is as close as your skin. Amazing examples of it today. Let's go to Gigi. Where's my Gigi? Good morning, Gigi.
Good morning, Sean.
Good morning, my love.
How are you doing today?
Outstanding.
That's good. Okay, so yesterday, this is kind of funny, and I do have some questions. But yesterday, I spent I think it was about 15 minutes just laughing. And when I tell you the story, it's going to be funny. But
I love it.
it's hilarious. The story. Okay. Gosh.
The highest form of meditation.
So yesterday you know how I wrote that release letter and I was like, okay, I'm releasing the anger.
Yep.
And then I thought about it and I remember whenever I would think of the person's name, I would get angry and then I would just start cussing up a storm. And then I'm like, who am I cussing out? There's nobody here. So now I'm just having a cussing match with myself, being mad about somebody that's not even in the room. So I just started laughing for 15 minutes about it. I'm like, this is crazy. And then I realized I make up scenarios in my mind too. But I'm just like, if you made up scenarios in your mind, why don't you make up good scenarios if you're gonna do that? So, yeah.
I say often, if you're going to tell yourself lies, why not make them better truths?
That's crazy. It's crazy how we do that.
Well, it is, because we live below the line. And as soon as we step up above the line, the metaphorical stepping out of the bucket, all of the crabs around us go, you get back over here. And then when you start laughing, They start laughing, they let go, and you step out, and you're like, and then you laugh even harder because they're like, they stop laughing. They go like, hey, where'd she go? And you're like, I'm outside. So what did you learn from that experience?
It reminded me of what you say all the time. It's like being angry is like drinking the poison and hoping somebody else dies. Ultimately, I'm just hurting myself.
And that's funny, isn't it? Isn't that funny when it sinks in? Okay, hey,
Yeah,
listen,
when you finally
I
realize
want that son of a bitch to die. Here, this is going to kill him. Oh, I feel so terrible. Why aren't they getting mad? Oh, I feel so terrible.
it's like I don't even have contact with this person, so it's like, why am I angry? So, like I'm fighting somebody that's not even here.
Because they were on your whiteboard of success. And you get and we'd say, oh, well, I'm not going to look at it, and we keep looking at it. I'm not going to look at it. Go erase it. You can't erase it. It's still the. How many of us have ever had a whiteboard where we left the marker on too long and we erased it and the shadow was still there?
Mm-hmm.
The shadow will still be there. Here's the thing, Gigi. The shadow will still be there until. How many of you have ever tried to remove that marker that got kind of like left on there? What'd you do? You took the marker and you squiggled over the new one, right, to kind of reactivate it, and then it erased. Sometimes it takes multiple times to remove something. And laughter's a good one. Because see, here's the thing. You still have all of that memory inside of you now. You just don't get angry with it. Now you just start to laugh every time it shows up. That was meditation. That was change the way you looked at things. That was going, instead of going upriver at 1 knot, barely moving, going, this is exhausting. You turned around with the laughter, and now all of a sudden you're flying down river with 1 knot of energy, but 11 knots over the ground because the river's carrying you. The laughter's carrying you. I got to tell you, I'm sure Rhonda's seeing it too and hearing it. This is like a proud moment for me to hear how each of you are awakening to your own greatness. And it's nothing I'm doing. It's a place being provided, but each of you are stepping into it, and each of you are having these awakenings going, oh my gosh, you won't believe it. Oh my gosh, you won't believe it. I'm meditating every day and people are loving it. And I had a astrophysical connection with my brother, and I'm loving it. It's like peace. And Gigi's going, I laugh for 15 minutes. It's like, oh, it's happening. It's happening. I'm watching the metamorphosis right in front of me. I'm getting to watch the cocoon crack open and these butterflies take shape. Or for some of you, these dragons take shape. These dragons of protection, of joy, of fiery love. It's so cool. It's so cool. So how do you feel, Gigi?
I feel great. No.
Is it okay to feel great?
It is definitely.
And who allowed you to feel great?
I did.
And if you ever not feel great, who do you have to ask for permission to feel great?
Me.
So all of the control lies where?
Within me.
Yep. And you have access to how much of the universe? All.
I have all of it, yeah.
Isn't that neat?
Yeah. I was trying to figure out the right word.
And if you don't know what's coming next, what are the potential possibilities?
Infinite.
That's a good place to. I know they're all simple, but it's every word carries such a weight of unendless possibilities. How could we not wind up sitting in just absolute wonder? Oh my gosh, I'm enjoying. What's next? Everything. What's next now? Anything. As opposed to, because is that not possible? Yes. But is absolute, woohoo, is that possible? Yes. Well, yeah, but you're lucky to have that. I know. Because I decided to make it. I asked for it and it showed up. The law of attraction really works. Yeah, but I don't want to be frustrated. Good, laugh. It's not that simple. You're right, I'm rich, let's move on. Oh, how cool.
And then I do have a question.
Okay.
I find myself kind of getting in my head a little bit when
Yep.
people ask me, what do I do? And then I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? And I know you answered this question before, but I couldn't find it in my notes. So I don't like,
what do you do?
that's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
So tell me what you did today.
I was in joy.
Yep.
That's it.
Isn't that what it is?
Yeah. I mean, but like when people ask me, what do I
Yeah.
do?
Or,
That's
ask me what I do. Ask me what I do.
Because I know you're going to make it so simple.
Well,
What do you do, Sean?
I sit with amazing young souls and listen to them laugh, and my life is better. And I get paid for that. I do my best each day to laugh for 15 minutes and let the world laugh with me. I give up anger and frustration on a daily basis. I learn to love me more, and I get paid to do that. I get rewarded to do that. I've partnered with a company that lets me become more of me and less of everybody else. I've partnered with a community of people who lift me up and allow me to help them along the way. Because the answer that's going to come back with any of those questions is what? How do you do that?
Mm-hmm.
And your answer is?
Very well. What do I?
Now you can have a dialogue. See, everybody wants a predictable monologue. People sitting across from you want monologues, not dialogues. Dialogues force you into thinking, force you into listening. I say up, you say what?
Down.
So those are monologues. They're pre-programmed monologues. And too many of our conversations are pre-programmed monologues. That's why it's called nexting. In the brain, the scientific term, it's called nexting. And if you're having a nexting conversation, guess what? You can always guess what's
Next.
And so therefore, if you believe that that person's not going to sign up, I don't know why I can't get anybody to enroll. You've just nexted yourself into nobody enrolling.
Mm-hmm.
So you've taken the unlimited, unending possibilities of everythingness, of unpredictableness, and you decided to take all of the possibilities in the universe and decided to take them down into, I doubt they'll sign up. And we're such dang powerful creatures, they don't sign up. So what if it's not a matter of signing up, it's a matter of being in joy? What if you gave a mom the freedom to be a better mom? What if you gave a daughter the freedom to not be so mad with her mom or her dad or her brothers or her sisters? What if you gave a young gentleman who's always wondering if he's good enough the chance to realize that just spending some time with you, he was as good as he ever needed to be? Is our business, how long is our business going to last? If it's going to last in our lifetime, then I would focus more on the need than the joy. But if you're going to leave a legacy, when is the next time your name will be spoken? Is it after the presentation? Is it only going to be spoken once? How long do you want your name to last? Your name to last, not your business to last, your name to last. Does it end when you die? There's people whose names, listen, we don't know their name when they die. Then there's other people's names who ring off our tongues still to this day. LaToya's brother is still alive. For all I know, I don't know that he's gone over. I've never met him. All I know is the story I hear from LaToya, so he's still alive to me. He's more alive now than he was 6 months ago because I never heard of him before. So his story is more alive now. He is more alive in the universe to all of us. Think about this. He is more alive to all of us now than he ever was before. Y'all get that? Do you see what happens to dreams? Our dreams could be more alive now than they've ever been. Our dreams can be more alive now than they've ever been. It's because when we tell the story. And your freedom, Gigi, is becoming more real to us than it's ever been. Because we hear it. We see it. You laugh for 15 minutes. All of us are going, oh, man, I would love to laugh for 15 minutes. I would love to have something to laugh for 15 minutes. It keeps being replayed in my head again, going back to LaToya's brother. He may have passed from the physical world, but is he not more alive now to each of us than he's ever been before? That's pretty, that's just sitting with me. That's sinking into my consciousness. I'm like, yeah, he's more alive now than he's ever been to us. And that's a good thing. What things do we wait to bring to life until they're gone? An old relationship. That old relationship that you were having an argument with came to life more, right? So
Yeah.
what are we bringing to life? And in our meditation, sometimes we finally realize what we're bringing to life. And then we can quietly choose to not feed it any longer.
John, I have a suggestion for Gigi,
Sure.
because I think it's always good to assume that you want the conversation to continue, so you want to kind of ask open-ended questions. But I have a real short response to being asked what I do. I just say, I do as I please. What do you do? And then when they ask me, how do I do it? Well, I do it very well. Why do you ask?
It's the whole desire of it is to be able to engage.
Right.
And that's brilliant, because people want to engage, but the challenge is we have pattern interrupt, because that's not what they were expecting. Very few people have used language like this in the opening of a dialogue, because we leave them speechless. So that's all we look to do is pattern interrupt. And if we can pattern interrupt, right? Because there's a difference between dancing and being the music. There's a difference between climbing a tree or sitting with a friend, being the tree, being your friend.
Or if someone asks me, well, why do you do that? I say, well, because one of these days I'm going to look back on all that and laugh, so why wait?
Does that help, Gigi?
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
You're
One more
welcome.
thing.
Yes.
Okay, I kind of have a little shameless plug, but I had an idea that came to mind,
Okay.
and I needed some help because I need some participants.
Okay.
Which is crazy because this idea came to mind in the middle of the night at 3 o'clock in the morning when I was like awakened.
Oh, wait a
And-
second. What happens? What Sadhguru say? What's the time frames we got to be aware of? Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
And I've been sitting on this and I never took the inspired action. But I know that network marketing kind of gets a bad name. So my idea is to show like the different faces and different people of network marketing.
Yep.
And kind of show what the profession has done for them. So if you guys are willing to, I wanted to do like a video collage of everybody and just kind of saying like who you are and like what network marketing has done for you. And then just put them all together to show different people, different shapes, races, ethnicities, all of that. That's my idea.
And how do they get it to you?
You can DM me on Instagram and then I'll send you my email. Or
Cool.
should
So
I do it a different way?
drop your IG in.
Okay. And then I'll put it together. It might take some time because, you know, I got to figure out the video thing, but I got you.
Cool.
That's it. Thank you.
Outstanding. See, this is what community does. This is working together. This is because we're all in the same business, building people. Let's go to Jessica. Good morning, Jessica.
Good morning, Sean. How is everyone?
Good morning, my love. Outstanding. Another beach view photo.
Yes. So I was listening to Latoya when she was saying that she does her gratitude and she listens to the birds. And I just wanted to tell her that, well, I've been reading this book called Super Attractor by Gabrielle Bernstein. And when I first started I think it's in the second chapter, she said that one thing that's helped her is she said, everything is happening around me and I'm truly cared for. And she said, write it on the post-it note, put it on the fridge, put it on your phone, put it everywhere. Okay. So I wrote it on a post-it note, I put it on the fridge. And I think the first time I did it, I was kind of like, I like this. And that was about it. I didn't really think of it much. And then I love 1111 because I've always loved it and I want to know more about it, about angel numbers and things like that. So I thought, okay, I'll make an alarm in my phone. I'll write 1111 and I'll put everything is happening around me and I'm truly cared for. Latoya, if you, I don't know how we're connecting, but today the back door was open to the garden and the wind blew. At 11:11, my alarm went off. The wind was blowing, and there's a wind chime in my garden that my dad put up in the garden. And it's like the tiniest bell. You wouldn't hear it. Nobody else would notice. And I heard it, and I just feel this sense of calm every time. And that wind chime was in my granny's house at the front door, above the front door, every time someone walked in. And now I just get this calm feeling. It's like she's around me, or she's just there. And it's been a long time now since she passed away, maybe 9 or 10 years, but I love it. And now I just want that feeling all the time. I want it every second because it's the best thing ever. I love it.
You don't mind if I cut in? I add something?
Yeah.
Sean? Yes. Yes, I agree with you because it feels different now. And I hear this voice that says, it's all energy. Come and enjoy this very present moment. And when I hear that, that's how I know I'm in a present moment, because I hear that voice. It's a calming voice. It's like I had a dream. I was underwater. And for those who know me, I love to swim. But my favorite part about swimming, I get to be underwater. Sean, have you heard a movie called Ferris Bueller Day Off?
Bueller.
Yeah. And it was a part when his friend was just underwater. And it was like he was at peace. And I'm that type of person. I could be underwater and it'd be just so calm. Like I was just hear this voice say, yay. That's how you know you're in that present moment. And it came to me. The infinite just spoke to me and said, that's how you know you're in that present moment, when everything just makes sense right in that very moment.
I could happy cry right now. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's the best feeling. I love it. I feel like I want it more.
Me too. I love it.
And as you both communicate, as you both talk, you're saying it's the best feeling, not the best thinking.
Yes.
When we lose our stuff, when we lose our mind, it's because we were thinking. But it's the feeling that brings us to calmness. When we pay attention and we let what's as close as our skin start to just flow in, and all of a sudden you feel the energy that's passing through you, that there is a thinking stuff from which all things are made, that permeates and penetrates and fills the inner spaces of the universe. There is more space in our body than there is solid. And what are we letting the energy in between the spaces fill up with? And when you feel it in joy, and when you feel it in love, and you get the chicken skin, the goose skin, that skin that stands up, and your hair stands up, and you're like, ooh, you can have that all the time.
Wow.
It is
Yeah.
outstanding.
I wanted to just tell you, in my book, it says there was a part where it said, don't freak out, because I'm in the middle of it now. And there's this passage and it says, don't freak out, right? And it says, you will begin to understand when you have seen little edges of light around the same familiar objects which you see now. That is the beginning of real vision. As we go along, you may have many light episodes. And at that point, I had to put the book down because I thought, I have no idea what's going on. I love it, but I need to write that down, and I need to understand that, because that's the next step. And I'm like, what's going on? So, yes, please.
More, please. Yes, please.
More, please.
And that's what we have when we sit in joy. We can say more, please, or we sit in misery. More, please is coming without us having to ask. It'll always show up without us having to ask.
Yeah.
It's what we're asking for.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, now I'm writing in my journal. That's my journal, which was scary at first, but now I'm so happy that I've what's the word, transitioned to my journal, because I had another one for everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm so excited, and I'm just so happy to share this with all of you, because that I can't wait for everyone to get there and say, oh, this happened or that happened, and they feel this sense of calm, because that calm, when once you sit with it, and now when I sit and read my book, I know that's the calmness I've been looking for my whole life.
Yep. And it exists with every breath. And it
Wow.
was never any place. It was never any other place other than as close as your skin. Because right now, as you sit in joy, as any of you sit in joy, isn't misery as close as your skin?
Yeah, to those that choose it.
Yes. And so that's what it all comes down to. Choose. I lay before you life and death. Choose life. You have a chance to sit in misery or joy. Choose joy. So you're sitting in joy. And do you think there's people, you're sitting in joy in this moment in time, in this universe, at this time, in this particular moment? There's 7 other billion people. Are they in as much joy as you are? Some are in more, some a lot more are in less. Is the joy that's coming to you not possible for them?
Yes, of course it is.
Well, so but this is where we sit and we say this is possible for everybody. Yeah, but you don't understand, and the only answer you can say is you're absolutely true. I don't understand how you cannot be in joy.
Yeah. Wow. My mind is blown. You've done it again. Sean, you did it again. Thank you so much. I love you all.
Love you bunches. Let's go to Aquila. Good morning, Aquila.
Everybody, I'll be multitasking from my phone, and it'll be making my response time slow. But I'm so happy and grateful. And I'm just so happy and grateful for everybody who has the courage to just come up here and speak and be vulnerable. Because, I just feel like as a person right now, my secret sauce is my empathy and sympathy and sensitivity. And even though all my life I feel like people have called me crazy for it, when it comes to the law of attraction in the universe, I can just make myself feel so ecstatic so easily. So I just feel like because of that, I've been able to tap into it much faster and subconsciously and without even having to think about it. Because for these last couple months, an extreme amount of things have been happening. And it's kind of like you were saying earlier, where it's not necessarily good or bad. It's about how you look at it. And I've just happened to be on these Sean Murphy calls, on your call, at the right time with the right person who was articulating what they were going through. And I was just like, yeah, help us out, Sean. What you got? And then he would say something, and I'd be like, yeah. And I wouldn't even have to raise my hand or get up here. It just happened. And I'd be like, I'm completely comfortable with leaving now because I can start my day because I feel great again. Ah, that was wonderful. So thanks, y'all.
Well, and you are welcome, and thank you for sharing that. This proves that the vibration we hang around, Joe Dispenza says it best. One of two things happen. Your personality makes up your personal reality, or your personal reality makes up your personality. The whole world is at arms with each other. It has been, Jim Rohn said, what do you think, Jim, what do you predict for next year? Pretty much the same as this year. There'll be strife, there'll be opportunity mixed in with some challenges. That's where this growth is. That's why each of you are being asked to become teachers. That's why a Mosheh does a meditation. It's why a Gigi wants to awaken the world to network marketing, not only from her own company, but from everybody around the world. It's why an East Texas girl, an East Texas mama is changing East Texas and the world. It's why every one of you, it's why a Latoya who came with absolutely heart drenched with pain and agony the day that of the news of her brother, can now sit in flow and like, wait a minute, am I not supposed to still be in mourning? Who said mourning had to be sorrowful? It's the name we give it. I can mourn the loss of somebody and still be in joy and speak good about them and speak about them every day so they never do die. Too many of us have put our dreams aside and let our dreams go die because the universe said that they said, you shouldn't have that. You're not good enough. Your hair's not long enough, straight enough. You're not skinny enough. You're not wearing the right shoes. You don't have red on the bottom of your shoes. You don't have this, that, or the other. Why do we let objects control make us objectionable when everything is energy? You have a storm coming. People don't go through to look for their toaster. They're walking through their destroyed house looking for pictures. I've never seen anybody walk away from a tornado destroyed house, leaving their dog and going, I got my forks. They go for the feeling, but yet instantly they go from 2 hours ago having a knockdown, drag out fight with their family because somebody didn't do something. Somebody burnt the toast, to when the tornado comes through and destroys the house, they're going, I love the, I don't see them going, we can get back to our fight about the toast now. It's when we get into the moment, when we get into the breath of life, we can see the breath that life has. And we can sit in the backyard and we can hear the bees, we can hear the birds. And we can realize, we can decide what is real and what is not real. And we put our whole entire life is built around our objects until we take away the objects, and then we have nothing else to build around. And then we realize we have to build as Bob Proctor would say, we have to build the castles in the sky. And when we start to build our own castles in the sky, that's when we become aware of how big of a castle we can have. Thank you for being here, Akila.
I would also like to offer a shameless plug
Nope.
because I love acting. And with my experience with multi-level marketing, I realized that I can gain capital to do what I really want, which not only is acting, but playwriting and telling people stories. So I'm going to do something very similar to Gigi, except, well, very similar because Instagram can get a lot when you're receiving a lot of messages. They all just disappear. So if you feel like you're a person who either self-identifies with being empathetic, sensitive, um, self-identifies with phrases like wearing your heart on your sleeve or taking things to heart, or you feel people have tried to put things on you like, oh, you're crazy, or oh, you're over emotional, or oh, you're too much. You know, if you just want to message me on Instagram and be like, me, I'm going to drop my Instagram for you. And then I'll shoot you my email and we can talk about your experience after understanding or learning about the law of attraction and the laws of the universe.
Outstanding.
And then I'll make a play. And then it'll be great. And then I'm going to film it. And then everyone can watch it. And it's going to be wonderful. Y'all have a great day.
You as well. And so, Akila, there's somebody on here that actually is the epitome of that story. Heather Love 13 years ago was she got a free stay in Colombia for 3 years, and she didn't even win it. She was just picked for it. Oh, by the way, the 3 years she was in Colombia was a Colombian prison. Yeah, where she didn't speak the language and she didn't do all of these things, and she had to leave her little baby at home, and she didn't see him for years, and she was told she was never have children again because she wound up with a disease, a disorder in the body. And all of that pain, all of that suffering, she comes out to find somebody with the last name Love. And she then goes on to, through the grace of God and her own decision, to want to have more children when they said it's impossible for you to do so. So somebody who has worn their heart on their sleeve and is now doing that, that's another amazing story. So much so that the National Geographic actually has done a documentary on her. So, yeah, we've got some pretty amazing souls on here. And I know that's probably only one of 65 stories, because that's how many people are on here right now that are just.
I don't want to show my face because I think I have poison ivy on my face.
Oh,
but
what did you buy at Home Depot?
Oh my God. Like, I love being in my garden, but they're clearly every year I get something itchy, and I woke up this morning and it's something itchy all over my face and I look horrible, but I'm here. I'm present. I'm listening.
I love you.
I love you too.
I'm laughing with you.
My flowers look pretty on my deck though.
Awesome. That's awesome. They are only a reflection of a small portion of your beauty. Let's go to Leo. Good morning, Leo.
Good morning.
Good
Hi,
morning.
everybody. Hello, Sean.
Oh, my love.
How you doing?
Outstanding, brother.
So great, so great. I woke up in so much gratitude today. Well, one, it's been such a beautiful week that it caught up to me. So it was a little harder today for me to wake up more than usual, but I'm so happy to have woken up to this beautiful community, that we just stand for each other's greatness. And I have to say each other's boldness, listening to everybody today, just share what they're going through, their growth, what they're experiencing, things that are opening up for them. It makes it so surreal to know that we are connected in this way, but at the same time, it's so meant to be. Like it's amazing. My week, Sean, has been in a way character building, yet beautiful because an opportunity came to me yesterday. I was speaking to the gents, Jeremy, Brandon, and Mosheh, and we started masterminding on our own as, you know, men that want to connect with other men and build each other up. And, you know, the conversation that we had yesterday, what opened up for me is that what's possible. And I want to say it was character building for me because earlier part of the week, you know, I start my morning routine as usual. I wake up early, meditate and journal and read and join your calls and Anna calls. But one thing that has been challenged for me to get over is knowing that I can do it. Knowing whatever I put my mind to, I can do it. And then the task that you gave us, you know, or you have given us the other day, which is write 100 things that are great about you. And I got up to 50. I'm like, wow, I thought I had so many great things. I got up to 50 and I have so much more to write down. And every day I'm finding new things on what I love about myself. And it came to evidence yesterday, you know, into evidence yesterday where Mosheh invited me to his morning meditation. I woke up the earliest I woke up the earliest in which I set my goal as that time for the past couple of weeks, and I have yet to be able to hit that goal. But when Mosheh kept me accountable, it made me wake up at the time that I've been wanting to wake up, which is beautiful. So we woke up, did the meditation, and everybody, you have to join in Mosheh's meditation. It was beautiful. And what opened up for me was the possibility of the pouring of love and joy in my life and having people come into my life to impact me, and for people who are not of influence or greatly impacting me to find themselves with more love and joy. And if they fall by the wayside out of my life, that's fine. And after my morning routine, I get a text from my sister, who is a world famous salsa dancer. If you ladies love watching women that you know that are like this light on a stage, it's my sister Grisel. I'll give you her IG to connect with. You'll just fall in love with her. So she texts me in the morning. She's like, "Yo, what are you doing?" I'm like, "I just finished, I just finished reading and all my morning stuff." And she goes, "I need you to meet with me in Brooklyn." And I'm like, "Okay, what's up?" It's like one of those text messages. You just say yes or no. And I was like, "Of course, anything that she does, I'm always down to do." I had no idea what we were about to get involved in. And she invited me to do a recording session for, just a dance class, things that we always do. I had no idea, again, what we were going to do. So I drive all the way to Brooklyn, beautiful area of Brooklyn, where I used to live, Williamsburg. And I connect with a couple. So the filming that we had to do is for the Marriott Bonvoy Boundless Card, right? Which is this whole community that's called Daybreaker. And Daybreaker is a community of over 500,000 people worldwide that they do pop-up events. They do pop-up masterminds. They do pop-up yoga, pop-up meditation, pop-up dance classes. And it was unbelievable to walk into these two co-founders of this program, their home, and see how beautiful their home is. And then to see a green screen setup. The moment I saw the green screen setup, I thought of you, Sean. I was like, oh my God, my mentor got the same thing. And so then it led into a whole conversation of positivity and meditation and what they do with this community. And I'm like, you know what's so beautiful is that we're part of a community every morning that we share love and joy. And we talk about how we want to take the love and joy that we share with each other out into the world. And they love that, like absolutely love that. And we connected. And it's just so unbelievable because in my meditation, I was like, I'm open to everything, attached to nothing. I'm open to receiving. And I was open to receiving these kind of friendships and these people in my life. And little do I know, unbeknownst to me, is that this woman is an author. And I'll show you the book. She wrote this book, which she did the illustration and everything in the book. It's called Belong. Okay, it's called Belong. I don't know if you can see it, but She did the artwork. It is gorgeous. This book is by Radha Agrawal. Excuse me if I'm mispronouncing her name, but it's the book is premise is find your people, create community, and live a more connected life. And I'm like, that is the definition of our misfit community. And I'm like, it's unbelievable when you're open up to possibility. Because earlier part of this week, it was like, can I do this? It was that question that was like kind of buried in the front of my mind. And then when I let that go, if I can do this, this is what opens up for me. And of course, I connected with them, and I invited them to our calls, so they're gonna join next week. So I'm really excited to introduce you to them, and them to you, and to everybody in this community. I do have a question, Sean, which is, when you're at the brink of transformation, when you're at the brink of a breakthrough, how do you not, or let me reframe my question, how do you keep pushing forward, knowing it's super uncomfortable, knowing that you're in a space that you've never been before, and without the thought of insecurity? I don't know if that makes sense.
Sure it does. I'll give you the easiest answer I can give you. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Ask the question again.
Okay. How do I move forward? How do I move forward in love and joy without the thought of insecurity?
Until.
Sean.
Where's the insecurity coming from? Is the insecurity in the solution you're searching for, you're stepping into, is insecurity in that answer?
Not at all.
So then why is it in the question?
I guess it's just sometimes my past just comes out.
The old story. So
yeah, it's the old story.
So ask the question again, but take out the words insecurity.
How do I step forward in love and joy and be secure?
Okay, so that's an easier question, isn't it?
It actually feels better to ask it that way. I feel that when I asked it previously, there was so much resistance.
So now take out how. Step forward.
Mosheh said it, step into it.
So step forward in peace and love. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Do you need to learn how to do that?
Yeah, and also in part, the old story that comes up is me being made fun of and me being found out.
Well, dude, I'll make fun of you now because you have been found out. So,
but coming from you, Sean, I'll take it, because I know it comes from
but here's the thing.
A loving place.
You asked what you really asked is, how do I be insecure? The rest of it was just bullshit in between the words. You asked, how do I become insecure moving forward? That's the answer you're getting. Now we take the how out and we take the insecure out. Step forward in love and joy. You've been doing that every day. Why is today any different?
The old word popped up again.
Yep.
It's that, growing up, I was, the name calling and the name and the shaming because of, first of all, my name and physical attributes and all this stuff. So it comes up when I'm being vulnerable, that for some reason, that in how I feel is that in the back of someone's thought of me, or behind someone's thought of me, there's this preconceived notion of how they may think of me.
So what do you have near you that you can pick up?
I have you, my Yoda.
So, how hard is it to put that down?
Not hard at all.
Okay. So why is your old story that isn't even a physical thing so hard to put down? So what I would encourage you to do is find something that you haven't put energy into before, something around the house, something in the garage, something stuck somewhere, and put the insecurity, put all the old stories in it, talk all of the old things into it, and then physically put it down. Go write it on paper, go outside, burn the paper.
I've never done that before.
Yeah, go write all of the things you're not sure about. Go write all of the things that you don't believe in. Go write all of the things that you don't want anybody to know about you. Write them on a piece of paper so they become physical in the physical world, and then burn it. You haven't gotten rid of it, but the physicalness of it is gone. It's metaphorical in nature. And when you finally let it go and when you finally burn it, the story isn't there, but it now no longer has control over you.
Right.
And if you have to do it twice or 2,000 times, do it. Because your question said, how do I step forward in anguish and fear and in anxiety? If we take the how and we take the anguish out, the only thing you have left is step forward in love. And that's what you do every day. See, we set ourselves up. Why not change that question to the affirmation? Why am I so good at stepping forward in love and joy and receiving untold riches from the universe instantly and effortlessly with every breath? You're standing at the home of faith and courage, but you're knocking on the outside. You're knocking on the door with fear and doubt, only to realize you're already in the house.
Yeah.
You're knocking to get out, but you're already in. Stop, turn around, and look at what you have. You're not outside trying to get in. You're already inside trying to get out.
You know, you just brought up thought of Jim Rohn. I was listening to Jim Rohn yesterday, and Jim said he's such an idiot. He doesn't realize that him looking through the window, looking at for the sunlight, he's actually looking for the specks on the window. And I was like, whoa. We're looking for what's wrong instead of being in the joy of what is.
That's why LaToya's like, this is weird. That's why Gigi laughed for 15 minutes. That's why Keela goes, I can't believe I found these people.
Yeah.
Right? A bunch of nut jobs. And they're all together in one place. That's a good thing. we can go drop a bomb on them and get rid of them because they're all in one place. They all gather together like little ants. Look at them all. They're all right there.
And how do you stay in the rhythm of everything, Sean, with everything that you have going on? With,
if I knew somebody who taught salsa, I would ask them. Listen to the GD music.
Yes.
That's how you stay in the rhythm, nut job. Why would you ask me that? Do you realize how silly that question is coming from you?
I know.
How do you stay in the rhythm of everything? Lil, let me go find a world-class dance instructor and ask them. How do you stay in the rhythm of everything? So here's the visual that just happened. You've got concert speakers blaring the music called the universe. And we all have our iPods on at full volume. We're like, what is that noise outside there? It's bugging my own story. When you take these out, you go, oh, I didn't know that music was already playing.
Snap. Yeah. Thank you for the proverbial slap up. Yeah.
Well, and if anybody's been on these calls for a while, they know that you bring yourself to this on a regular basis because you're searching. And what happens is that whenever the slap up comes, the love up comes, it's always back into the world that you already live in. Music, joy, dancing. And you're like, ugh, I already know all this. And that's the reminder for all of us.
Yeah, there's again wow. I've been resisting that. I don't know why. Like I've been...
Really? You're the only one of 7 billion people. Tell us more. We want to know how sucky it feels. Tell us more. None of us feel that way. Really? Resisting? What is that? That word no exist. That word no exista in our speaky. What does that mean? No resist.
Me no likey.
Me no likey. Ain't it crazy? So this is where getting to your secret sauce puts all of that stuff in a drawer.
Yes, sir.
It puts it into a furnace. So if you all go to that website, Sean D. Murphy, My Secret Sauce, it's up now. You can go buy it. Make sure you put in the code. There's an email going out, but the code you're going to need is Sean Secret Sauce, and that takes it from the $297 that it's listed to the $97. And then that gets you access into the Facebook page, and we'll go start to have some conversations. And yeah, you get to share that code out with other people as well. Sean's Secret Sauce, and that takes $200 off of it. But this is you finding your secret sauce, Leo. This is everyone. This is Gigi. Gigi's secret sauce is the most beautiful hair that laughs. Could you imagine every little hair on her head, every little curl with a little laughing face? Could you imagine every step you've ever left on the dance floor? Think of this, Leo. Every step you've ever left on a dance floor. It's been millions, hasn't it?
Yes, sir.
Every one of those laughing right now. Because the floor was happy, it got danced on. The shadow was happy, it met the floor. Every one of those laughing. There's something happening in your body right now thinking about that.
I'm crying, actually.
I know. That's what I could feel it. Every step has left a mark on the floor, whether it be concrete out in the park, whether it be could you imagine the earth when you dance on it? This grass, who normally just sits there and gets cut and gets picked through by the robins to go find worms. The grass goes, oh my gosh, we got danced on today. The trees that you danced under, the benches that you tap danced across. Do you realize the joy you put in this world? And you're asking me going, yeah, but how do I do this? You've already done it. You've danced through life. How many freaking bumper stickers do you need to read where people read, dance through life? Are you freaking kidding me? I've been doing that since I'm a kid.
Yep.
And I'm the one sitting going, so let me ask you, how do you dance through life? How do you hear the music? I'm like going, seriously? This is a setup. Where's the cameras? Come on.
You've been punked.
Somebody's pranking. I'm getting punked. I got the dance music guy asking me going, so how do you stay in rhythm? All right, this is a joke. Come on. You're freaking kidding me, right?
Hmm.
You look at the smile
That
on
hit
Gina's
me.
face. You look at the smile on Gina's face and you go, well, how am I supposed to be happy? Have you looked in the mirror?
Wow.
You
It's
look at-
acknowledging that. It's just holding. It's like holding holding that, like knowing that knowingness. Like that knowingness is what made me emotional. It's like I know that.
So, and because of the way you were picked on and beat up and ridiculed and talked down and all of the other things that was said to you, you're like, yeah, but it can't be that easy.
It's true.
You've got a sexy dance partner in the room across from you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're not supposed to have sexy dance partners. Not this goofy little awkward kid.
Hmm.
Your sister's world class. There's a little bit of competition there. There's a little bit of I could be more. But that's your
Yes.
Yes. Huh. How does he know me so well? Because it's human nature.
Yes.
Is it your older sister or younger sister?
Older sister. Older, like strong, powerful, big sister. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
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 It's so it's crazy that you caught that, because I look up to her, I admire her, I respect her so much, and you know what she's been able to do as not only as a soloist, but as you know, not for nothing, as a female. You know, it shows like it's for everybody. You know, and she was able to do it at a time when no one was.
Yep.
And you know, to see what she's been able to do, and like, you know, I have the opportunity now to work with her, but like yet I haven't had that career that she's had.
Right. So let's rewind and let's pop up a couple past presentations we've heard from you. That could be mom. So you have two icons in your life that you're
Yeah.
measuring up not good enough to.
Mm.
Sassa, frassa, rigga, rigga, tugga, tigga, tigga. Let's just go be Leo. Let's not be your sister. Let's not be mom.
Yes, sir.
Because who did your sister call?
Me.
Yeah, she didn't call anybody else. At least we don't know that. And she probably won't tell you. I called 4 other people. Ah, crap, I got to call Leo.
No, I know she called me first
Right. So she called you first. Why?
because of the love and joy that I bring to the world.
Well,
and
yeah,
who I
that's
am.
nice. But listen, I love you. But if you weren't a dancer, would she have called you?
No,
No. So she needed your what?
my skills.
Yes. So do you have the skills necessary to dance with a world-class dancer and be available, be her first choice?
Yes, sir.
What if it was J-Lo instead of your sister and you were the first choice?
J-Lo will get it all day.
Right. So here's the thing. You're that world-class.
Mm.
They just need to find your number. Change the way we look at things, and the things we look at change. How you feeling now?
I'm gonna do a little shimmy for everybody. I feel great. I feel so blessed to have you guys, have you, and have this community in my life. You know, it's a human being having these human thoughts sometimes, and to know that I can bounce it off with you and with this community, man. I'm grateful for you, Sean.
And
Thank
you're
you.
having a conversation with a farm boy from Ohio.
How beautiful is that? My first mentor was a farm boy from Idaho, so
Right.
it comes
Maybe
around
there's
full
something
circle.
about that farm boy crap.
Yeah. There's something about just being connected to the earth, you know, that you're connected to all of us. So,
Yep.
farm boy forever. Farm boy forever.
There you go. Love you, brother.
Thank you, Sean. I love you. I love you. Thank you.
Let's go back to Miami. Hey, Delia.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I realize, can you hear me?
Yes.
Great. I realized what I did with my loving message yesterday because of Leo's testimony today about language. When he modeled that question about wanting to know the how, I realized that when I use the how is when I doubt myself.
Mm.
Here's the message that I did 120 times that my husband pasted, and I only had 2 responses. Okay, the statistic is not too bad. They say 2 per 100 or 10 per 100. No, 10 per 100. So yeah, I'm off 8 people, 8 or 12 people. Guess what? I wrote at the end of that little message, how about a video chat? How doubtful can that be? So as I write and update my cards, my follow-up cards, I'm writing this message 120 times. God wants me to learn the lesson. How about a video shot? Anytime that I put that how, and I throw that how to myself and others, I am questioning the ability of doing it. Instead of, I could have said, let us video shot.
Let's video chat.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Delia.
Nugget. I feel so grateful. I'm going to get this, John.
It's hey,
Slowly
look,
but surely.
repetition.
Huh?
Repetition.
Yes.
Let's go to Puerto Rico. Shea Marie. Good morning, Shea Marie.
Hola, buenos días. Good
Hola,
morning.
buenos dias.
So, Leo, I have something to say to you. I have a couple things to say. I haven't been on the call, talking on the call for a while, but it was an urge to tell Leo this. and it's way out of my comfort zone. You are amazing. Like something just came up, and I'm like, I need to tell Leo this. He's amazing, and I'm gonna leave it there. I'm kind of nervous. So I think I've been having kind of awakenings, and I've been having them all by myself. And I didn't know I was having them until yesterday. And I'm like, well, aren't awakenings like kind of like I don't know, like pain or hurt? Like I'm not supposed to be crying or nothing. And like yesterday, because I've been battling with myself, like when my own mind, like no, this, and every time I'm like pretending or thinking, no, this is what Sean would say or Rhonda would say or somebody would say, and I'm gonna do it that way. And another thing was, so I battled with myself, and suddenly something clicked. I don't know what it was. I don't know. And I've been journaling like correctly every day, and I've been writing down. And I told Rhonda, I was writing down that, you know, this is done. God already did this for me, what I wanted, my goal, and I just need to believe, right? And out of a sudden, I thought about it out of nowhere, sunflower, and I drew it down. And in the middle, um, unconsciously, I wrote, it was the circle in the middle of the sunflower, and I was thinking, there's no circles in the middle of the sunflower. There's like seeds, right? And I don't know. Then I've been searching about something came up about faith, and I don't have like, well, I do have. I accepted it yesterday. I had before a rocky relationship with God because of my past. Like I would question Him about why. I understand now why, but you know, um, I'm doing my research now, and I was raised Catholic and all that, but that's another thing. My research now on my own on what is faith and you know what I want to believe in, based on just loving God. Okay, so I don't know where this thing came up about a mustard seed, and I looked it up, and then I looked, something came up in Etsy, and it was a sun, and in the middle of the sun it was a mustard seed, and I'm like, okay, I just need to have faith, and I'm working on that. And yesterday when I said, well, I'm not going through pain, but yet today, since yesterday, I've been having a pain right here, like a really uncomfortable pain right here, and right now it's gone. It's gone. Like I'm touching myself. It's gone. But I would chew and it would hurt like a lot. And I was wondering, have you guys obviously have gone through this, but how do I keep going? And am I really awakening? And I have so many questions.
So I'll answer it, and then I'll turn it over to RBP. The awaken. So this part here that's your jaw muscle, right? So it's your words that you use. It's the speaking that you do, and the reason that you're speaking without feeling resistance is that's why you can speak right now to us without feeling resistance, because you're not going to be told stop thinking that, don't do that, you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're not fill in the blank with all of the not enough that you are. How do you keep going? You got to make sure you have your eyes in the place to where you want to keep going. It's hard to go forward walking backwards. So sometimes we get turned around, right? We use that metaphorical thing. Oh, she's just turned around in her thinking. He's just turned around in his thinking. Your question is no different than Leo's question. So I would ask you to, I'll give you the same advice that I gave Leo. Ask, why are you so good at moving forward? What makes you qualified with every breath to step into joy?
I was chosen.
So what other answer do you need?
I guess believing in myself, even though I keep telling myself to do it, it's hard.
So if you were chosen, why do you think they chose you?
God's plan.
So that you could be the example to others who don't believe it?
Yeah.
Yep. So if you're the example to others, what example do you need to set?
That if I can do it, anybody can do it.
Yep. So when do you think you should start?
Yesterday.
Okay. And we can't control yesterday, so when might be the second best chance to start?
Now.
And in the now, what choice do we have?
Joy.
Or
Moving forward.
we have joy. It's always a choice, joy or misery. We don't have to make it complicated. But if you choose joy, the challenge is there's a lot of people around you that may not choose that. So that's why you need to have your posse, your crew of people who remind you going, Chez Marie, joy is over here.
Yeah.
You can get the Leo shimmy. Ooh, 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 ooh. Or you can get the Gigi, hands in the air and the head goes. It's like, that's just so, yeah, look at that. Look, I don't know how she does that. I mean, I can give you the laugh version of it, right? I look like a monkey going, hey, 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 hey. RB.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So yet again, I'm listening, but y'all caught me cooking biscuits. It's a good thing you gave me what you gave me a long time ago, Sean, because I like to eat biscuits. It seems to be a problem for me. So I was listening to both of y'all, and what came up to me was to read this, because I asked, what do I have to share? What do you have for me to share? Am I to share? So I went through my list of what I say to myself and what I pray to God to see where I am in this conversation, if I'm even in this conversation. And I'm going to give you exactly what he said to give you. I'm going to read you a couple of paragraphs out of my devotion. And for whatever reason, I asked, am I supposed to give more than that? And no, I'm not. So I'm going to read you a couple of paragraphs, and I'm going to read you a couple of scriptures. And for whatever my insecurity is, I keep telling you that's what I'm supposed to do. So here we go. This is for y'all. This is the first one. Trust me and don't be afraid, for I am your strength and song. Do not let fear dissipate your energy. Instead, invest your energy in trusting me and singing my song. The battle for control of your mind is fierce, and years of worry have made you vulnerable to the enemy. Therefore, you need to be vigilant in guarding your thoughts. Do not despise this weakness in yourself, since I'm using it to draw you closer to me. Your constant need for me creates an intimacy that is well worth all the efforts. You're not alone in the struggle for your mind. My spirit living within you is ever ready to help help in this striving. Ask him to control your mind, and he will bless you with life and peace. Let me help you get through this day. There are many possible paths to travel between your getting up in the morning and your lying down at night. Stay alert to the many choice points along this way, being continually aware of my presence. You will get through this day one way or another. One way is to moan and groan, stumbling along with shuffling feet. This will get you to the end of the day eventually, but there is a better way. You can choose to walk with me along the path of peace, leaning on me as much as you need. There will still be difficulties along the way, but you can face them confidently in my strength. Thank me for each problem you encounter and watch to see how I transform trials into blessings. And there's a few verses that I want to read you right quick that go with this. Surely God is my salvation. I will trust and not be afraid. The Lord is my strength and my song. He has become my salvation. The mind of a sinful man is death, but the mind controlled by the Spirit is life and peace. You, however, are controlled not by the sinful nature, but by the Spirit, if the Spirit of God lives in you. And if anyone does not have the Spirit of Christ, he does not belong to Christ. And then a couple more. Do not grumble, as some of them did, and were killed by the destroying angel. To shine on those living in darkness and in the shadow of death, to guide our feet into the path of peace. And then the last one, you are my lamp, O Lord. The Lord turns my darkness into light. With your help, I can advance against a troop. With my God, I can scale a wall. That's what I have for you.
Thank you, Rhonda.
Yeah, love you.
Love you too.
And Daniela, you have your hand up.
Morning.
Morning.
Hi, Sean.
Good morning. Hey, Mateo.
Half naked man. So I've been going through like these weird spurts of crying this week,
Sure.
and I have
cry.
like no idea why.
Don't cry,
And
Mom.
they'll come out of nowhere. I won't.
Don't cry. It's okay. Don't cry. Sorry, you can go back to your thing.
Yeah, they're so weird. Just out of nowhere.
Yeah, and she yawns and that happens.
Yep.
Yeah, you yawn. There's tears in your eyes.
Not to me.
Okay.
He
Maybe 'cause
is
I'm
paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm paying attention a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Mateo, you're a very brilliant young man. Do you know that?
Pretty sure.
Means you're a very smart man.
Oh, thank you. Whoever said that.
Rhonda.
Oh, hi, Rhonda.
Hi, Mateo. How are you this morning?
I'm good. I just woke up.
Did you sleep well?
No.
You didn't sleep well. What kept you from sleeping well?
Because someone got in a car accident because it was like by our apartment, and there was like 5 cops and a tow truck and an ambulance.
Wow.
I couldn't sleep.
Wow. So you think you'll take a nap today?
I think so.
Think so? Yeah, all right.
Or maybe I can watch like two shows or something, so I can get rid of that thing. So like I can't remember it anymore.
Right.
Yeah, or tell us a joke so we can all laugh and forget about all that and just giggle with you. Do you have any good jokes lately?
Do you have a good joke?
No, I'm out of jokes.
You know, Mateo, I had a joke the other day on my social media, and it said, you know what? I bet the jellyfish are really, really sad that they're not any peanut butter fish.
You get it?
What?
So the jellyfish are really sad that there aren't any peanut butter fish.
What are peanut butter fish?
Get it? Peanut butter
Peanut
jelly?
butter and jelly.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yep, and my mom's crying right now.
I'm not crying.
Crying
So Mateo, I have one more for you, and then I'm gonna let your mom talk.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Knock knock. Are you good at knock knock jokes? Okay, knock knock.
Who's there?
Little old lady.
Little old lady who?
I didn't know you could yodel. Little old lady who. He's like, get her off the screen. This is crazy.
Oh my God.
Thanks, Mateo.
What
Welcome.
movie?
A little old lady. I think I watched
myself.
Mhm. Oh Lord. He's like, wait, what?
But I did not know she was about to say, I don't know, you can yodel. I can try to yodel.
What was the point of the joke?
Yeah, but I can try to yodel.
Mm.
Spider! Spider!
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
We're just gonna let him live.
Really, Mom? You want to let him go in my bed?
He's not gonna go in your
What if
bed.
there's like a big spider right there in my bed?
No, he's just this little one. He'll be fine.
He's moving, Mom. Mom. He's by the couch right now. Look.
Oh man.
I can't wait if it was April Fool's Day again.
Why?
All right, can I tell her something?
Rhonda? I don't
Hey,
know.
Rhonda. My mom did
April Fool's Day.
Did an April Fool's Day. So she's
Joke.
like a joke, and she's like, "Oh, I don't think Mateo's gonna pass second grade." I'm like, "No!" And
I didn't say you were gonna pass second grade.
What'd you say?
I said that all of you are gonna have to repeat second grade.
And I was like, "Oh no!" And then she said April Fool's.
Mom,
Yeah,
that's
tell her.
crazy. Wow. Did you panic?
Yeah.
Tell her, Rhonda. Tell her.
You cried.
No, I did not cry.
Yeah, you did.
Just a little.
Yeah, you did.
Well,
Yeah, you did.
isn't this? But don't we wake up every day to April Fool?
Your weak spot.
Right?
Your weakness.
That's the reality. We wake up every day to April Fools.
Oh, I love my mommy.
And that's a good thing.
Much than.
You're not supposed to say that.
Much than the curtains.
Okay, I'll take the curtains.
I like my mom much than the curtains.
More than the curtains.
Yeah, more than the curtains. And the TV.
Well,
I don't
Right?
watch TV.
It's a lot of love.
the reason the emotion shows up is because the emotion. That's all. You're going through looking at different things. You found access to things that you didn't know you had access to before. Ways to go make offers on houses. You made an offer on a house, right?
Yeah.
What are you guys talking about?
So all of this other stuff that's happening, you have all of this emotion that shows up, and that's a way to slow you down.
I don't know what they're talking
Okay.
about.
That's all. That's all it is.
Yeah, because I was just like, okay. It's not like I'm thinking about something. It's not like
Well,
I'm.
wait a second. You just don't cry spontaneously without thinking. You're not conscious of what you're thinking about.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So let's be clear. So understand that the physical body is only the manifestation of what the chemicals are that produce in the brain. And the way the chemicals produce in the brain is based upon the feelings and thoughts that are happening at a subconscious level. So become the observer and go, ooh, that's weird. I wonder what chemicals I just produced. You produced crying chemicals in your brain. Where did that come from? What pharmacist just put that together?
Right. It didn't make sense.
It doesn't. It's happening at a subconscious level.
Mom,
Yeah.
what are you guys talking about?
I'll explain later.
Okay.
Okay.
That and
Oh, Mom, I'm gonna get dressed.
okay.
Oh.
It's nice of you to get dressed.
Yeah, because I'm like naked.
On home.
I'm the bad guy.
Oh my God! Please go. I'm gonna show you on camera.
No.
Too much Dr. Seuss.
Mm-hmm. Or not enough. What's
Or
that
not
one? I now realize that the doctors that know the most are Dr. Seuss and Dr. Pepper.
Yeah. Oh man.
Just pay attention to it. Just be aware. Breathe. Know that it's transition. You say, I cry a lot. Well, that meant before you didn't do that. Well, you probably didn't do that. Now this is a release. So it's all good.
Yeah, but I'm a very emotional person.
Until
Until
you just decide not to be.
yeah.
Or decide that it's okay.
Now it's straight. Look, Mom, I finished.
I don't, it's not like I don't, sometimes I don't like to be an emotional person because, okay, sometimes I don't like to be an emotional person just because that's not the feeling I want to be shown at that moment.
Right. Well, sucks to be you because it's going to be shown to you whether you, based upon what you think. Not based upon what you want.
Just the fact that, like, I don't know, when I'm like super angry, I cry.
Sure. Shocking.
So it's like, instead, and people are like, oh, well, why are you sad? I'm not sad. I'm not sad. I'm just angry. And just because I can't do other things to you, tears come down my face.
How many descriptions of emotion have we been able to identify? If you were to guess how many different emotions they've named, what number would you throw out there? Crazy number. There's this many emotions that they've identified, they've given a name to.
I don't know, like 50?
Okay, it's a little more than that. Pick a crazier number.
500,000.
35,000 emotions.
Oh, okay.
So when you label anger, it ain't anger. It's disappointment, it's frustration, it's aggravation, it's lack, it's worthiness. I would describe that. I would go deeper in the thing because you just lump it all into anger and it's not anger. That's just a word you use to hide the emotion, the true emotion that you're really feeling. Could be love. I'm not allowed to have that, so I'm just going to call it anger, blah, blah, blah. And I'd be aware of that.
Okay. Well, how do you, okay, I can't say how. Hold on.
No, listen, I never said you can't say how.
Well, then I'm just.
How do you identify it? You become the observer.
No, yeah. How do you, at that moment, to be able to observe the emotions that are running through you without just labeling it as anger?
Yep. So you step out and go, what is this really? You ask the question, what is this really? If I were to step 2 feet away from me and look back, well, how would I describe that? If I didn't know what was going on inside, how would I describe that?
Oh my God, now that you asked that, I just had like a complete flashback. Yep. And the answer that came to me was a brat.
Well, there you go. Next.
Okay.
I'm next.
You're my little
Babuji.
ray of sunshine.
Yay! Because Sean, look at this. Look how sunny it is.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's beautiful outside. And I went to my aunt's house and I swam.
I swam.
Cool.
Oh, fun child. Can I finish my?
The answer is just that simple. Swim.
Yes.
Just
you are right, Doc. You are right.
I just keep swimming and swimming and swimming. Isn't that in that one movie?
Yep.
You are
right. Or in a song?
Yep.
What is it?
Finding Dora.
Yep. Just keep swimming and swimming and swimming.
Wait.
All right, we're gonna let Sean go because he's got things to do.
Oh, okay, Mom.
Okay.
Don't follow me.
Okay. Love y'all.
Love you.
Love you all.
Bye.
Bye. Biscuit lady.
Biscuit lady. Let me tell you something, buddy. It's fixing me biscuits and gravy lady. So
B and
saying.
GL. We got RBP and B and GL.
I don't care. I'm enjoying it. I love my biscuits and gravy. It's a Southern breakfast morning again. Wow. I have sat here and listened to y'all. And it's funny, y'all have all showed up exactly how I needed you to and how I needed to be blessed. And I'm so grateful for that. This week I've had some interesting conversations with family and loved ones. And it's kind of threatened to make me choose misery instead of joy. You know, we all have those people. It's like what Gina was talking about earlier. You hear that person's name and you're like, what the frickin', and then you're like, hey, damn it, they're not even here. They're not even here. So I'm just going to take this moment right quick. For whatever reason, I'm super clear on not having a whole lot to say at the moment. God's just kind of going, soak it in. So y'all are, my selfishness right now is y'all are here for me and to let me sit in your energy and in your love and in your space at the moment. And I'm super thankful for that. And I'm just going to sit in gratitude and love and know that family is defined very differently than a lot of the times with the definition we give it. And you guys are family to me. And because you're family to me, you lift me up when I need it. And you give me a reason to smile and to hear my brothers and my sisters talk. And I get to walk in their presence while they do. So I'm going to sit on my back porch and eat my biscuits and my gravy and enjoy the fact that I had a beautiful morning with family that sat with me. So know that from East Texas to everywhere this call's going, I love you. And I'm sending you prayers and energy and love because you blessed me today. So thank you. I love y'all.
And I believe I speak for many. We love you. So there you go. And by the way, the first 10 that do the Secret Sauce event, they'll be part of the VIP group. And you might want to be a part of the VIP group. So it's the first 10 that go ahead and get that started because, yeah, you're going to want to wish you were. That's all I can tell you about that. So I appreciate y'all. Y'all having a blessed day, an amazing day. You make me feel more, do more, have more, all by doing less. I'm Sean Murphy, founders of the Misfits, and I'll see y'all where?
At the next event. Love you guys. Have a great day. God bless.
Love you.
Love you
Goodbye.
guys.
Have a great day. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Have a good day.
Thanks,
Love
Sean.
y'all.
Friday.
Love
You guys have a great day.
Love you all.
Love you. Have a great day, y'all. Love y'all. Bye.
Bye.